We'll start another experiment now. We have two glasses. One has the Tirtam and a crystal, selenite crystal in it. And one is tap water with a crystal in it. Okay, identical kind of like amounts of water. The first experiment we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate what happens when we bring the Orgonite pendulum to the pure water with the crystal. So I'm just literally above it. So it's reading the water. Okay, it's reading the water. Bring it down a bit closer to the water itself. And now it's starting. It's drawing in an opposite direction. So very little movement, which does suggest above the water that there is a purity to it. Let's bring it to this tap water. So it's reading. So now we're drawing it down further and actually into the water itself. And now it's starting concentric circles inside the glass. So it's vacuuming. And it's actually drawn to the side where the crystal is more. So it's vacuuming, it's rearranging the molecular properties of this water in an effort to purify it more and more, which I find incredibly fascinating. Now I'm going to take the same thing and I'm going to put in the intention of love's liberating light and intention for all of the world. So I imprint love's liberating light and intention for the whole of the world as I draw the Orgotron over the Tirtam with the crystal, and this time I am now consolidating that particular attention. So it's vacuuming, rearranging the molecular properties of the water, so that that particular intention can be really consolidated more than anything. I'm going to put it into the water a lot more. So it's just got this kind of little elliptical orbit in a concentric circle direction. And once again, I set the intention of love's liberating light into this water for all of humanity to benefit. Draw the Orgotron down to the water, and almost immediately it's as if there needs to be a lot more of love's liberating light in this rather unpurified tap water that's filled with chromium-6. That's filled with, beryllium and aluminium and other heavy metals, which is so bad for the human thing. And it's also really working very much over the top of the actual side of the crystal, where the crystal is more than anything. So I find that pretty fascinating. Okay, now we've actually removed the crystals from the glass themselves, and we've still left the intention in both of them of love's liberating light. And now we're going to once again test each one. So, and just so you can see, I put the Orgotron just on the very, very end of my little finger. So I'm trying not to make any sort of influencing over it. So I'm going to start with the tainted glass first. So there it is. We've got an elliptical orbit. Steadily growing. So it's almost as if it's reformatting the molecular structure of this water to suit love's liberating light and intention for the whole of humanity. Now I'm in the water itself, and it seems to be cleared. Seems to be like there's no movement whatsoever. So now let's bring it over to the purified water. There's no crystal in it, just love's liberating light and intention. And we've got little cutting motion, but once again very little movement. Now immerse it in the water itself. Rearranging the molecular properties of this water into the imprint that you've left it, which in this case is love's liberating light and intention for the whole of the world, the whole of the universe. And once again, very, very little movement. So I think what we've demonstrated here is that, yes, it does help to present crystals into unpurified water, but the intention and the imprint that we leave in the memory of the actual water itself before it's introduced into a larger body of water has just as much power, if not more. So thank you very much. I just wanted to share that with all of you. Blessings to all.